everyone, it's Majam here and welcome to this new speed build on The Sims 4, and this one is made to celebrate Halloween. And this is, of course, as you may have seen from the title of this video, this is a haunted manor. And so first I was thinking going to build a simple house, and then I decided to turn this into a lounge, and I'm going to explain myself on this. So as you can see, we are actually building into New Crest. And I'm currently on a 30 by 20 lot, but I'm going to move on to a 30 to 40 lot because it was actually too small to do the landscape outside in this lot. So I'm going to move into another lot, and something really sad happened is that I've lost part of the footage of me working on the garden, and I'm really sorry about that. I was actually really sad about this because that was the part I've had the most fun with. And yeah, I've lost part of it, so yeah, hopefully you're not really mad at me for this, and I'm definitely going to be more careful next time. But yeah, really sad about this, but at least we have part of the footage of the backyard, so yeah, it's okay. So yeah, as I was saying, we are in New Crest, and this house doesn't really fit with the neighborhood because it was actually part of the old New Crest, because I think most towns we live in today have been renovated. You know, they've been changing throughout the years, and that's what happened with New Crest. But this house never changed. It was there, or actually it has been there for as long as New Crest exists. And so there was all those people who wanted to demolish it because it's a really old house and it doesn't suit the feel of the New Crest in a way. But there was maybe this entrepreneur who decided, no, we are not going to destroy this house because it's part of our heirloom, you know, it's part of who we are, part of our community. So we're not going to destroy it, but we can maybe turn this into a lounge and have fun inside this house. Because there is some kind of a legend, I think, around this house. And I'm going to tell you this right now. So a young couple during maybe the Renaissance time used to live into this house, and they were really in love with each other. But the thing is, they were only nice with each other, but not with other people. And once they were really mean to another person, another young woman. They were really mean to her. They humiliate her in front of everybody. But the sad thing is that they annoyed a witch. She was a witch, and so she cursed them. And you're going to see that once we are going to work on part, of the backyard, or actually of the landscape. I'm going to place two sculptures into a natural pool that I will build around this house. There's going to be two sculptures, a woman and a man, and the thing that I was thinking about was that this witch turned them into rock. They became statues, and the woman is in the middle of the natural pool and the man is on the outside. And of course they're looking at each other, but they cannot touch each other again. You know, it's kind of an awful curse. It's actually kind of sad. But that was what I was thinking when I came across those statues. And I think those statues came with romantic garden stuff. And I thought that this could give a backstory to this build and how it ended up being abandoned. Because nobody wanted to go into this house. Because apparently the ghosts or the spirits of those two persons turned into rocks are still inside this build. That was the idea. And so that's when I'm moving on to the bigger lot, and you can see briefly what I did. So basically I've just fenced the entire lot with the fence that you have with romantic garden stuff. And here is when I'm starting to work on the natural pool, but I'm going to go back to that and add then the two statues. And so yeah, I fenced the entire lot, and then I've placed a few plants all around, and I have to say that I've had so much fun doing that, because I really let myself go with that. And I was actually thinking of Stepho Sim saying that she was a plant sexual, always placing plants everywhere. And first I didn't understand what she meant by that, but as I was building this build, and most of my builds actually, I realized that I'm maybe also a plant sexual, placing plants everywhere, inside the house, outside the house. So yeah, that I was actually laughing about this, or more smiling than laughing anyway. So yeah, I've placed a lot of plants everywhere, but the idea was that even though it's been renovated into a lounge and now it's been taken care of in a way, This place is mostly used during Halloween, and the feel of the house, this old feel of the house was necessary. And to give this feel that the house has been abandoned, you don't really take care of the garden. You let it as it is, and you let plants grow as they want to. And yeah, I've had a lot of fun placing all those plants. And I have to say that this is my favorite part of a build. I just love that, placing all the plants everywhere. But I should sometimes just try something different. Not place all those plants all around, messy like that. Maybe I should try and work on something maybe more structured than I do usually. But yeah, here I had a lot of fun doing that. And I have to say that I've been trying to control myself with the plants for, I think, the last few builds I've did. But for this one, I could let myself go, and that felt so great. Really, really great. So yeah. So now I'm currently working on the backyard, and at this point I actually forgotten that I was working on the lounge, and I've got it out, but I placed a table as if a family would hang out in the backyard, and then I remembered, oh no, that's true, it's a lounge, you should not do that. But maybe this could have been turned into a museum, now that I'm thinking of it. That could have been cool. Like maybe in the Von Hunt estate, maybe this could have been the Newcrest Hunt estate or something like that. Yeah, the name of this build, by the way, on the gallery is simply Haunted Manor, because I have no inspiration when it comes to build names. Or name builds. Wow, English. Anyway. So yeah, here I've placed a few lamps from the toddler stuff pack, because I thought that this would give really this festive feel to this exterior of the build, because it's basically made to have... Actually, I was thinking that it was made for a Halloween spooky party. That party that came with the spooky stuff pack? I was thinking about this. So now we're working on the interior, and it's really basic. There's basically going to be a dance area, or room made for dancing. Then there's going to be a bar space, and then also a coffee space. I've placed that into what I think used to be the kitchen. And upstairs, it's more where you can have a nice conversation. There's going to be a lot of sofas and a place for children to play with a dollhouse. Of course, the dollhouse that looks like a Victorian house, of course. But yeah, there's also a place where you can play the piano in here. And maybe the piano is something that stuck around from the original time of this house. So now for the flooring, I decided to imagine that this hadn't really been renovated. They tried to keep the old feel of the house, just to keep that spooky feel. But for the wallpapers, I thought that maybe they've changed it a bit, because I don't know, this doesn't look like old wallpapers. And I'm actually going to place wallpapers that came with this spooky stuff pack, and those wallpapers definitely don't look like they belong to an old house. They look like they look a little bit cartoony in a way. So yeah, I've had a little bit of fun putting that here. And maybe they decided to put that wallpaper just to give that funny thing. It's a place where you can have some fun here. And so this is the wallpaper I chose to use from the spooky stuff pack. And I've actually never really explored that stuff pack that much, even though I think it's a really nice stuff pack. I've never really explored it. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to use it this year. Or yeah, this year. I'm saying this year because, there's Halloween only once a year, and you only use that stuff pack once a year. Anyway, this is when I'm placing all the statues that I was talking about. And so here's the woman that I'm placing, and then I'm going to place the gentleman over here. And they're looking at each other. They are facing each other without really being able to touch each other. And they're really in love, but they shouldn't have been mean to this switch. They shouldn't have done that. And so here I'm placing all those bowls all around. Bowls? I don't know the name. Or actually how to pronounce it, and I don't want to say something bad, so I'm not going to insist. So yeah, I'm placing all this candy thing where your Sims can grab some candies, because I was thinking, it's Halloween and it's mostly the theme of this place, and people really want to have fun in here. And so, of course, I've also placed, you know, the thing where you can carve pumpkins in? I've placed this into the garden, of course. And so here for the bar, of course, I've placed a lot of mirrors behind it. And I just love doing that. I don't know why, but I just really like this. And I decided to make some kind of an entrance place, and I'm going to place the armor. And every time I see this armor, I always think of the Legacy Challenge, which I've never really tried. I don't know why. I tried a Legacy Challenge, but without all the restrictions that you have to have with it. Because I just love to have my Sims move around. I just like this. And here is where I'm going to place the dance floor, I think. Yes, I am going to place the dance floor. And I've tried, of course, to use as many as I could old furnitures. Of course, because this is an old build and I was thinking about this. And some of the paintings that I've placed all around, of course, came also from the Spooky Stuff pack. And I was maybe thinking that these persons were the people that were turned into rocks by the witch. And so here is the armor. And yeah, I've had a lot of fun placing all those things. But I have to say that I'm not as proud of the interior as I am from the exterior. Because, I don't know, I'm not really that inspired when it comes to furnishing builds. I just go for the basic stuff and then that's it. I mean, I don't really go into detail, even though I would love to. But there are some builds that sometimes I go really into detail. And I don't know, I don't know why. I have no idea why. Anyway, let's move on from that. So here is the coffee space, you know, where you can have pain au chocolat, croissants, things like that. I thought this could be great for here because, of course, it's mostly used when it's Halloween, but I was also thinking that maybe people could come here when it's not Halloween, you know? Just because of the feel of here. I think it looks kind of warm in a way. Kind of like it. And here is the piano space, and of course, this is where people are going to play the piano, and I don't know, you come here and you listen to that, and maybe you can have one of your Sims have a gig in here, you know, one of your musician to be, I don't know, you know, just come here, play the piano, or maybe just sing, or both, I don't know. I was thinking of that. And so, of course, for the bathrooms, I went for something as well really, really simple because there's only one bathroom for the women and one bathroom for the men. And, you know, it's kind of mixed bathrooms, even though men cannot enter this bathroom here, which is the women's bathroom. And the women cannot enter the men's bathroom because of the door, basically. But yeah, it's kind of a mixed bathrooms, which I like. So yeah, I think that's everything I had to say. Here I'm just going to place a children's space, of course, with this Victorian dollhouse. And for the exterior, I didn't really know what to do, so I just placed the table outside, thinking people can just come here and have some fun here. And of course, I decided to place a statue here. I don't really know why, but maybe this used to be the father of the boy that would turn into rock. I don't know. I was imagining a story, but it doesn't really stick that much together. And of course, placing all those decorative items from Halloween. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this build. If you like this build, of course, you can download it from the gallery. And I would love to see screenshots of your Sims having fun in here. And if you want to renovate it, or especially from the interior, because I have to say that I'm really not happy with the interior, or not that much, I would love to see some screenshot of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!